Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Mario from Virtual Window Shop, and today we're going to go over Appsketier's website. It looks very nice. Look at that. Target fishing bait. Look at all the stuff they did. They make sure their beginning stuff looks great. Look at this swords going back and forth like the Three Musketeers. All for one, one for all. But I think Appsketier's logo should be all for me, none for you. That's what I call it, Appsketiers. It's all for me, not for you. So they're making money, right? And they're targeting who? People like you. They're targeting people, it says right here, for everyday people with great ideas. And when that happens, you realize that they're not targeting major companies because no major company at the time have asked them to develop apps because they didn't know what they're doing. And we showed you that basically almost one of the videos where we go through the documents of the findings they found. If you can't find it, um, look for it. I was tired that day. I'm going to redo a new one because I did that video when about 4 a.m. So, but let's look at their reviews, And again, I'm telling you guys, he's after certain people because if he targets people who don't have money, they have enough money to create an app. Then he knows that for if you go after him, it's going to take you a long time because litigation really sucks because the litigation is about the lawyers making money. And by the time you get to the litigations, it'll be years and you lost your money. We proved it. We went to court. We showed him that this guy was a fraudster. We sent everything to the city council. They don't do anything. They protect them basically. So if you guys are in Georgia, maybe you guys want to, when you're going to do your election again, maybe you want to look into these city council people who are just ignoring the issue. If they're ignoring the issue, it's sad. But we proved it. But here we go. Let's go to Rolling Stone's magazine. I used to like Rolling Stone until I wrote to them. I'm going to write to them again. This is Chris Gallagher who wrote this piece on them. Meet Appsketiers, the app development company for the everyday person. And here's a keyword, everyday person. There's always a keyword, everything I read, just to let you know. So we're going to write to him again. Maybe he didn't get the email. Maybe he thinks I'm some kind of nutcase, and he's going to, he's trying to ignore it. I go, oh no, he did his homework. But let me explain to you about Rolling Stone. If Rolling Stone don't correct this and going and dive deeper, then they only became an accessory for Appsketier, and that's where Appsketier wanted them to be. They actually will go over some of the stuff I showed you guys, and they fell into the deep fraud that Appsketier was producing or showing people that what they can do, but it's not true. When Appsketier was launched, when was it launched? That's what I like to know. His team had already seen a major gap yet to be bridged. There was really no team. There was only like 2 or 3 people, and I'm going to show you that in the reviews of the employment. Somebody wrote working there. They don't have a lot of people when they started. It was only him, probably Zachary, and a couple other people. And he hired other companies to do like your commercials, which the commercial stuff was great. First time I saw the cartoon style, I thought it was great. I think they don't have anything to do with Appsketier. I really like how they focus. They sound real professional, but even those companies should know that he was a fraud, and they should have come out and removed themselves from this company, but they didn't, and they haven't said anything. And that's one reason I'm going to look at those companies later and talk about them. So this idea is what set the tone for the years that followed since Appsketier launched. The Atlanta-based company has set itself apart by focusing on the little guy. That's you. He's focusing on you guys, and he knows that your dreams, and he's going over. He's after your dreams. He's after your emotions. He's after all this, and the amount of emails I get from people, almost everyday people, saying how that they lost their money, it's unbelievable. From people who had their last $30,000 or something, they lost all that money, and they can't do anything about it because he's being protected by the city council in Georgia. He's being protected by the governor of Georgia. You can't sue them because again, you have to have practice. A lawyer has to have can't just go to Georgia and sue. This is where you fall. This is the reason I'm telling everyone not to deal with any companies in Georgia, just for that one main reason, because they're protecting their people. So they're allowed to steal from you, and if you want to do something about it, you have to hire a lawyer, and that costs money. And I did it. I did it. I'm happy I did it. I paid a lot of money, guys. I just wanted to go through the whole thing because I saw when I saw all the stuff that was happening. I said, I have money, but I want to see how far this fraud goes because he's not the only one doing this kind of style of frauding. A lot of companies know that they can get away with so much, but so Appsketier is not the first one who actually came to this approach. They pretend they are, but they're not. There's more companies that they're doing this. Appsketier's merry band of tech geeks decided it was time to change the game. They rolled up their sleeves and crafted a unique three-step process as straightforward as it is effective. It's not effective. I'd like to see Rolling Stone show us some apps that they created. Well, why don't they go and talk about the ones that he did bad? At this time, they couldn't. They couldn't do it because he's Rolling Stone's not reading the reviews. They're not disseminating the reviews. They're just seeing 5-star reviews. And like I said to you, he orchestrated all that. Because if you're one of his followers, he asked you to do a review on the first phase. And if you're not waking up yet, you're not seeing that he's doing it on purpose, then you need to step back and write another review on your third phase. Write another review. You're entitled to do more reviews. Hey, I wrote a review. Now I'm on the third phase, and this is what's happening. Now, if he did some apps for some people, and there seem to be simple apps, like different formats where you can just copy and paste, then they might have gone through, right? Because a lot of developers, what they do is they copy and paste, and that's what he was doing. He was copying and pasting codes on our app, so he wasn't making unique. They were taking apps that, like if you want to the app to go to this direction, there's somebody had coded something, so they borrowed from other apps that were already developed, and they just copied and pasted, and that's on the investigation when I show you guys. Also, one of the things that gets to me is that they talk about the reviews, and I'm gonna go through this in a second. So with their multi-million-dollar ad projects, Appsketier keeps his eye on the real prize, empowering the underdogs, the visionaries, and the dreamers. No, he's after you guys. He's after this. See, right here. He's after the underdog, the visionaries, and the dreamers. And I should write here because they can't sue you. They don't have the money to change anything. They will have to do what I'm doing. They will have to just make their own going further. And I tell you guys, it's like I served for 24 years in the military. He just screwed the wrong person. And now if you want to make things right, let's say if I'm wrong. I said, well, if I'm wrong, and because he says that he wrote to a lawyer, and the lawyer wrote to me and said to cease and desist. And I wrote to her, whoa, did you see the documents we showed him on court? Because everything I'm saying is not made up. It's been sent. It's been blessed by lawyers, and I have those documents, and I'm using them. So I'm not making anything up. I said, I'm basically showing the rest of his customers what he did to a veteran. A veteran who served for 24 years. He came and he took all his money. And it's sad, but I'm not the only veteran. He's attacking other veterans as well. And the review I saw last time, a veteran came out and saying, hey, he answered that one right away because he knows that's one of the issues I talked about, how he goes after veterans. They come out, they have no knowledge what's going on out here. They serve and they're ready to start a new venture, and then next thing you know, he goes after them. But let's read here, with 300 apps launched into the market, a new app idea generates every day. They're not interested in high-cost, low-volume business. Instead, they focus on creating as many opportunities as possible and as fast as they can. So you think if you're in this with those people on the picture, do you think they can create all that? And during the time, they couldn't because they didn't have this many people. These people felt employed and working for this guy, and they're becoming part of the fraud scheme. So all these people will give them their names, and I don't know what Zachary looks like. Here's another thing you'll notice: you don't have a meet with Zachary. I didn't have one where we're seeing face to face with each other. He sends you videos how things work, and I'm gonna show you some of the videos he sent to me. I have them. It works on his computer, but it's not gonna work on yours, and I'm gonna talk about that later. But they talk about how Appsketier has some of the highest ratings. It's no wonder they garner the highest number of 5-star reviews among mobile ad development companies in the USA. Once again, we showed you that he makes you do the review in the first phase. I showed you. I can go on further. I'd like to do another one, part 2 reviews, and they all say the same thing. I'm just starting out. I just my 5-star review, but this time when I do the reviews in the second video, I'm gonna show you what the major company, like the where he's reviewing, what they say about that. They're saying to be cautious because something seems wrong. And he doesn't answer all the negative ones. If you notice, the only answer, like I said, the negative one he answered was a veteran. I showed you that in one of the reviews. It's because he knows we pointed that out. He went after veterans, and all of a sudden that veteran came. I'm a veteran, and he came real quickly to explain. But he gaslights that conversation. He gaslights it to make sure that that you understand it is your fault, not his fault. He doesn't take fault for anything. It's like, well, yeah, some things happen, but you should have. Yeah, okay, yeah. He's trying to make sure that it's not fault. Now, if you had an issue with him lately and you're with him, I'm talking about Mr. Burgess, that's who runs it. If you notice, if you haven't, I'm pretty sure he's the nature of the beast. He doesn't change. He hasn't changed when I was around. And maybe he'll change now because he hears this. If you notice you have a concern about something, he'll explain it instead of saying, "Oh, well, okay, let's look at that." And I understand your concern. No, he's like, "Well, you have to give it time, and these takes time. You have to sign phase whatever the phase 2 to go to phase 3. We can't get this done until we get to phase 3, and it all works together. And then you sign it. Next thing you know, you're in phase 3. He doesn't fix the issues you had. He moves you along to get 301 apps launched. He moves you along as fast as he can, and that way he can get these apps done. Maybe he'll get a big team one day. I don't know. So here they are negotiating their challenges head on, whether it's in the search and demand, augmented reality applications, or the rapid evolution of programming languages. They didn't create their own language. I just showed you on one of the videos, which we're going to publish again. They copied and paste. They were copying and pasting languages. They act like they know what they were doing. Now, these guys went to school for it. They should just, and they don't know what happened in the beginning. They should look at my program. They should look at it. And I showed it to them. But I'm pretty sure these people are looking at me like, who's this guy? Why is he? We're a professional company. Let's drink our coffee in these new cups we never use. I wonder if there's anything in there. I don't know. Alexa, she needs to clean her pants. They're dirty. So I don't know. It just, these guys set up the whole thing. Either he's tricking them too, or they think they're working for a major company because all the hype they've seen. But I showed you so many bad reviews that are coming out. And again, I'm going to probably show the reviews of the people who talk to me about what they went through. A lot of people lost their money. A lot of people. And they seem to be happy. The three musketeers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were, I think I remember counting it last time. Reflects your unique 3-tier strategy for developing apps. Well, it's not unique because the approach they come up with developing apps is an approach that all developers do. The only difference is that some developers are really developers and they're developing for real. And this one here, he doesn't show you that when you're in the testing mode or certain things like that. You should be moving along with him when they're building things. They should explain to you what you're looking at, what you're seeing. You should be on AWS at the same time because it's your app, and you should be questioning as you go along. But sometimes you say, "Oh, don't interfere," because then you change everything. No, that doesn't work that way. You should be involved in looking at all of it, GitHub, all the stuff he's trying to do. You should have the right to go through it every day and see what he's developing. But he doesn't. He keeps you away from the product, and then he develops what he wants. And at the end, a lot of people suffer. Whether it's firing up the grill for a team barbecue, you just gave them the money, they can afford the chicken now. Maybe they're eating fajitas. These small moments are the spices that flavor their company culture. It's about creating an environment where people genuinely enjoy coming to work. So you could be changing the whole environment too, making them feel welcome. They feel the same. Oh, this is a great company to work for. And then maybe they're not all coding. Maybe they're doing something different. Maybe he's running the desk and she's washing the windows and he's cleaning the bathroom or something. But they're part of a great company because they look so great. They're on Rolling Stone. They're in other magazines, But it's sad because the stuff they did. So I'm gonna write to Rolling Stone again. I'm going to send him an email, see what he thinks. Maybe he'll come back and he'll say something. But so far, they ignore my concern about this company stealing from veterans. They did their whole thing. They don't want to be wrong, So we'll see. And here he is in the UK also. He's in the UK doing the same thing to people in the UK. I got calls from UK up there, people saying that they're losing their money, and he's not. He's trying to pressure them to move to the next level when you can't. You have to finish that first level, but he's trying to press them. But I'm glad they call me. I'm glad they called because they know now, they're seeing it, that he's pushing them. He's using their money to get to something bigger, So, and what I don't know what he does with his money. Maybe he goes to gambling or something. I don't know, but it's just sad. But here's a Rolling Stone one. We'll do the other ones later. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. We're going to write to Chris Gallagher and see what he says. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.